The mobile market in the U.S. hit a new milestone in the last quarter, and unlike most of the milestones, rather than being a high point, this particular one was a low point. During the last quarter, according to Chetnas Sharma Consulting, the wireless carriers added 2.4 million new customers, which basically was the lowest mark that they've had since they started tracking some of these items in the late 1990s. What we're seeing now in the United States, as well as in other markets, is a saturation point. In effect, pretty much everyone who needs or wants a cellular phone has one at this particular time span. So therefore, the growth rates that we're seeing are really slowing down. Another important item to note is that the 2.4 million was largely in prepaid types of systems. So what's happening now is folks are moving more towards prepaid systems, which probably are less likely to be enterprise and impacting enterprise networks, and they're moving away from some of the traditional contracts and systems that the carriers have offered that have had a significant impact on enterprise networks. Another factor was that the amount of texting is actually going down. The texting in the third quarter went down for the first time, both in the number of overall messages that were sent as well as from the number of messages per person who is a subscriber. What that seems to mean is that people are in a situation where they have cell phones and are fairly comfortable using them, but this high growth that we've seen during the past few years is slowing down a little bit. That's actually welcome news for most enterprises. They have been scurrying in order to try to keep up with the high growth rate and the BYOD movement. Consequently, with these numbers slowing down a little bit and with folks using some of these systems a little bit less, there's going to be less of an impact on their particular enterprise networks. So while the information was not good for the carriers, such as Verizon and AT&T and T-Mobile and Sprint, it was a good message for enterprises who have been struggling to try to understand how to manage and control some of these devices, because it looks like they're going to be getting at least a little bit of breathing space in order to try to figure out what to do next as far as controlling these devices and making sure that they do not cause any problems on their corporate networks.